back onto the stage. Let's get loud and welcome up Savannah Mooney.
And I guess everybody happy hour really early today because the room really cleared. Yeah, thanks for everybody who stuck in there. Noticed that kids can't really spell these days. You know, like they use talk to text for everything. They, even like have it like read to them, like for the visually impaired, for their phone. And I've noticed that anybody who exits through this door mid-comedy set, I think they're just reading Gen Z only. So I'm pretty positive that that's what's happening here. Because there's no maybe I should reread the sign to see if it's just a shortened emergency exit, but no. It's Gen Z only. All right. So it is really depressing though having a very high IQ because it's really just sad. Just how many super dumb and arrogant people that you come across. So about 1.5 years ago, I decided I wanted to take away a couple of those IQ points by doing a shit ton of nitrous oxide. But don't worry, I invited a paramedic to the scene so that I could be monitored and for safety purposes. Thanks for being here, Aaron. So yeah, but I was like, look, I know this is dangerous. I really don't want to be this smart, so you just make sure that I don't seize out and die, and we're good. And he's like, and he just told me every which way it was going to kill me, the whole time. Total buzzkill, but he was doing his job, and exactly what I invited him over for. So, yeah. Anyway, I want to tell you guys this crazy story about what happened on Easter night, all right? I found a teenager passed the fuck out on a curb of Millwood and Woodruff, all right? This is not near any bars or anything, and if anybody took a turn right there, they were gonna hit this kid. And so obviously, I told my boyfriend, he's driving my car, I was like, pull over. We gotta check on this guy. He's teeny tiny, and I was he's young enough to be trafficked, and I was we've gotta save this kid. So I get out of my car, and I wrote this down so that I wouldn't ramble too much. But yeah, so I pulled over, I jumped out of my car, I tried to wake him, but got no response. Suddenly, after several attempts, he gets up super frazzled. He's got pollen all up every which way in his hair. Doesn't seem to know where he is. Just dives into my passenger seat where I had just gotten out of. And so yeah, I was I kept asking him his name, his address, age, etc. But he was practically catatonic. So yeah, I don't know what to name him. It's like a new pet or something. I don't know. Just kidding. I thought maybe he doesn't speak English, so I repeated my questions in Spanish. I was just like, ¿Dónde vive? ¿Cuántos años tienes? And just still no response at all. So I said, listen, kid, I'm not taking you to my house. So if you can't tell me where were to take you, I am going to rip you from my vehicle. And he was like, just blurts out this slurred 2417 Hardin. And like, obviously was not that like, enunciated. Which upon arrival, I realized this is a mental hospital.
Oh.
So I asked security if they lost a patient, or maybe they had an escapee. He took the security guy, like he takes one look at this boy and he goes, "Oh no, we don't have anybody that young here." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, this is a veterans mental hospital. Like that's a child. We have old crazy men here. And I was like, okay, all right, cool. All right, that's good to know. So still this kid would not wake up. So good thing Prisma was 4 minutes away, and somehow they had 0 emergencies that night. We were greeted by 2 security guards, like 3 nurses and a doctor, and they were like looking at me like I was responsible for the physical state that this kid was in. They're like asking me all these questions. Like, I don't know, I just found him. Like, I just found this kid. I have no idea what his name is. He sent me to a veterans mental hospital, so like I honestly don't fucking know. Then once I told them I just found him and just brought him there, they were like, "Oh, you're such a good person. Like you're such a saint." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, like I'm this Easter miracle worker." So they start trying to get this kid out of my passenger seat and into a wheelchair, and suddenly he becomes semi-coherent, and he looks over at my boyfriend, who's in the driver's seat, and he's just like, "Bro, what did you do? This is so extra." Which is the most punk-ass teenager response ever to like, you have no ambulance bill, the cops didn't find you, like you're fucking welcome, dog. So that's my time.